Afternoon, pickleball fans. It is semifinal Saturday here at the Hyundai Masters, powered by Invited, and we have a terrific mixed doubles match for you. Dave Fleming here with my man Adam Stone, and
New ball, game one.
We love a great mixed doubles match, and boy, do we have one. We'll introduce you to the players. There's Tyson McGuffin. He's going to watch for a second. Let's play pickleball.
Point.
And Anna Bright, after being on the wrong side of just an insane number of net cords in her women's doubles match, gets one in her favor to start this mixed match. That's James Ignatowich, her partner, and to use your term, special friend off the court.
That is correct, and that is James' game right there, Dave. And that's actually a big factor for me in this match. James Ignatowich is going to be a wild man. How much offense, how much pressure can his counterpart Tyson McGuffin bring to the table?
Point.
Just deep on the return, Megan Dizon from Utah.
1-2-1.
With her new Proton paddle, serving that in. Boy, that just caught the baseline.
Second serve.
Two, I mean, the pickleball gods are like, yeah, we messed with you yesterday, but we're going to help you out here.
It doesn't seem like it always evens out in the long run, but I promise you it does.
No. And I even talked to her about an hour ago about that very situation, and here we go, seeing it switch around. And that's a beautiful pull of the trigger from James Ignatowich.
Yes, and he has, it's just the absolute perfect spot because Megan Dizon is going to be shading to her right to look for that two-handed backhand, so he found the window nicely up the middle.
2-1-1. Point.
6'3" and insane wingspan. That helps to be a pterodactyl, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and that is another difference that Tyson McGuffin is going to have to overcome. He does not have the wingspan of James Ignatowich.
Point.
And I would probably say the least name recognition on court is Megan Dizon, and we have double Dizon today.
Yes, we do. Extra spicy. And that's what Tyson is going to have to do today.
Yeah, and he must have heard me talking about that limited wingspan, and he brings several quality forehands in that previous point and seals the deal in the last.
4-1-2.
No.
Winner of this will get the top seed, Anna Lee Waters and Ben Johns, tomorrow in the final.
And no unwinding the stack on that previous point either, something to monitor moving forward.
Oh boy,
that
heads up in the crowd.
Like, almost how do you do that, Dave? That ball was rising the entire time.
Like, he doesn't. The paddle face gets open at contact there.
Anna Bright's reaction is amazing.
So it's going to be interesting to see the next time he's going to get another chance like that. Is it in his head or not? That is really good from Anna Bright.
And this is wild to say, Bright and Ignatowich playing Jack Sock last night, but I think that there is going to be more offense available for Anna Bright going at Tyson McGuffin. It's Jack Sock's second tournament, but Tyson McGuffin needing to be a presence with the forehand. Maybe she can find some offense on the backside.
Certainly did there.
Point.
Anna Bright knew it was out, but just couldn't get everything out of the way. You hate when you then leave that paddle just sort of hanging back there like a tail, and you're like, oh man, it tagged it.
It was a great backhand from Tyson as well. Extra pace on that probably created Anna Bright not being able to pull the paddle back, but unfortunately a missed serve on the next point.
Second serve.
Really nice trickery from Megan Dizon there.
Yeah, it was a great setup. The set it up, clean it up. That's the blueprint in mixed doubles. And Tyson McGuffin, several quality forehands in the middle early on.
So we'll see what happens here. Are they going to try and switch? They do not. Wow, another sitter that way too much on that from Ignatowich.
And the thing is, when you have as much paddle head speed as him, even a slight issue with your technique, that ball's going to fly.
Souvenir Saturday with Ignatowich swinging away.
Point.
And this is where this team gets special, as Megan Dizon has offense everywhere.
She really does, and a nice spot too. I like her going at the right hip of James, trying to avoid his two-handed backhand counter.
Second serve.
Ferrari forehand needs to get some repairs after that swing.
Yeah, but I like it. He's got to continue to fight.
And this is where this team gets special, as Megan Dizon has offense everywhere.
She really does, and a nice spot too. I like her going at the right hip of James, trying to avoid his two-handed backhand counter.
Second serve.
Ferrari forehand needs to get some repairs after that swing.
Yeah, but I like it. He's got to continue to fire away on those third shot drives when they decide to return to him.
Point.
Fast pace here. Big start for Bright and Ignatowich, and then look where we're at. McGuffin and Dizon up one. Oohs and ahs, and deservedly so from the crowd. Unbelievable track down of a perfect lob. And then Anna Bright and Tyson with some great digs there.
Yeah, a little bit of everything in that point. And I mean, I was kind of holding my breath on the lob, but corner pocket perfectly from Dizon. We'll see if she continues to use that. I would imagine her counterpart Anna Bright's going to try a couple as well in this match.
Second serve.
That's one where you try to drag your body to the right and then leave the paddle out there, and what can happen is exactly what he did there. Left it wide.
Side out.
Megan's like, stack, we don't need to stack. I got the big Tui over here.
Yeah, and we talked about the raw power of Pat Smith yesterday. Megan Dizon, some of the best raw power in the women's game, uses her long frame to get a lot of leverage.
Second serve. Five, 4, 2.
Wow, Megan.
Side out.
Amazing to get them to the line, and then blew a gasket on the next shot choice.
Yeah, probably not the best shot selection there, but she would not have made those digs 1 year ago.
No
so
chance.
Incredible defense from her. Much more well-rounded player these days.
Second serve.
And Bright saw a sliver of opening.
Yeah, and unfortunately, McGuffin being over there to the left, he was guaranteed a forehand, and of course, that is his preferred wing.
Point. Point.
That time, even though she handled the serve, just nowhere near the kitchen.
Well, I mean, we've seen several players' new service rules be an issue, not for James Ignatowich. He is pounding that thing as if the rules had not even changed.
And that's the same play Anna Bright tried on the other half of the court. But this serve is a problem because they are not going to switch again here.
6-5-2.
I mean, when do you see a receiving team have a player back?
In the semifinals? Maybe round 1 or 2 with some less experienced players, but to stay back in this situation, just such a heavy ball from James.
So back and forth we go. Semifinal number 2. It's Ignatowich and Bright up 2.
The official ball of the PPA Tour.
Welcome back, everybody. Thrilled to have you. First tourney of the year, Adam Stone. Everybody's dressed in white, looking so crisp out there.
And you know what? I like these progressive draws. There's a ring to semifinal Saturday.
Yes.
I like that a lot.
Yes. Yes, let's go. Okay, so timeout called from McGuffin and Dizon.
Time in.
And this Ignatowich serve is the factor. And let's see if they can keep this run going. And another swing on a high ball, so now it's in your head. Yeah, that's 3.
Yeah, it started physical, it becomes mental, and great ATP defense from Tyson McGuffin.
No
just an absolute stud in the midcourt with his defensive chops.
So good. Now yet another net court in Anna Bright's favor there. Just didn't end up getting the bunny put away from James.
Point.
And barking is critical to this man.
Well, he didn't go with the tank top, so he's got a bark.
Right.
So he's not letting the tats do the work.
Point.
And now it's the McGuffin serve, and the bobblehead's going too, and that's big for McGuffin.
The original big server in pickleball,
Yes.
Tyson McGuffin. He's got something to say about that James serve.
Wow, almost got back there. Nice stab from Anna Bright.
Yeah, great hands from Anna, but still love that from Tyson
7-2.
McGuffin. Really imposing his will early.
McGuffin sitting on that speed up back side.
Yes, and great power on the backhand. I love to talk about that because when I was playing Tyson 2 or 3 years ago, the backhand power was a bit of an issue. No longer, Dave. He has really stepped it up on that side of the ball.
Yeah, that would usually be reset back in the day.
Side out.
So they do jump back in front. So both sides have had a couple of small leads. The good news for McGuffin and Dizon, they're on an even, so they won't have to even consider unwinding a stack here.
Point.
And McGuffin still tried to protect Dizon from coming forward and paid the price.
Yeah, and that was not Dizon not being there. She chose to let that ball go. It drops right in the corner. Great spin from James Ignatowich.
Cheers.
Point.
Yeah, I think James is one of the rare extreme alpha mixed players that you can't catch on the
9-8-1.
backhand side. You just can't get him. It's unbelievable that he can be a presence and get back to his backside like this.
Second serve.
And if you throw it on the ground, he's got that nasty two-handed roll over there too.
Right, it's a tough spot. It really squeezes you, really forces you to
9-8-2.
overthink your decisions out there.
And Dizon wins the swings of the two-handed backhand. What do you know, Adam? Teeter-totter goes the other way, and now it is Ignatowich and Bright up 1 here in game number 1. Again, best 2 out of 3,
8-9-1.
semifinal number 2.
Point.
Did you mention something about her power?
I did, and it's high end, as you can see there. Not easy to jam up James. He thought she was going to pull it a little more cross court. She went into the body, and that was the right decision for Megan Dizon.
9-9-1. I'll recall the score. 9-9-1. Second serve.
Perfect spot from Anna Bright. Right up the middle. Tyson holding line. Dizon a little late getting over to the
9-9-2.
middle with the two-handed backhand.
Oh my goodness, Megan Dizon, stop it.
Well, I was ready to question her decision right here on the mic after I see her pulling the trigger, and she just drops it inside. Whoop. That is high-end deceivery. Is that?
Yeah,
yeah,
it is now. We're
Let's go
using
with
it. Where deceivery gets us to game point. And I was wondering, did he let off just a little on that last attack? But, okay, back the other way. 9-10 on the other side. 1 game point saved.
Second serve.
Pulled wide. That's a big opportunity lost.
Especially when your opponents are lined up single file.
Yeah. Little
9-10-2.
communication error, but worked out.
Side
Wide.
out.
Yeah, I think it's going wide. Maybe that's one of the rare instances where a wingspan hurts you.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been anywhere near that.
Point.
All right, try number 2. First tourney in the semis and have a game point in the semis here for Dizon and McGuffin.
Incredible play to not allow
Game point.
Ignatowich and Bright to get 1 point and tie it up.
And that was the story of game number 1. Well played by McGuffin and Dizon. 4 balls that are normally put away by Ignatowich doesn't get down.
And I think a couple at the end of the game he would have slapped. He decided to go with the roll. That's the mental aspect of this game.
So, McGuffin and Dizon take game 1. What a thriller that was. 11-9. We'll have a special guest at the desk when we come back.
Welcome back to the Hyundai Masters, where we just got done with the first game there. McGuffin Dizon come back, take the first game, 11-9. We're going to head into the second game here shortly. But here at the PBTV desk, Cameron Blackwood, Matt Manassi, and Johnny Pickleball, PPA Tour Professional and Director of Programming and Camps. This is something new that we're doing this year. Give us the rundown of what that's going to look like.
Yeah, well, first of all, thanks for having me. This is great. You know, we have 2-day camps happening before every single PPA Tour tournament at every stop now on the tour. So a great way. We're starting to see that, you know, pros have been on one side of the aisle, amateurs on the other, and recreational players. Let's bring them together. You know, let's let those journeys get together a little bit and let's have some instructional time, do a camp.
I love it. Which pros are going to be coaching these things alongside you?
So here's the deal. It's going to take a little bit of time, but we have, you know, so many different pros available that with their schedules and the schedule of the tour, and I think it's going to be great to mix it up. I think we're going to have different people, so you don't always get the same people. But, you know, that's kind of some of the excitement of not knowing exactly. But we will start promoting, I think, for the next one coming up, Desert Ridge. You're going to start seeing some promotions coming out for those players that'll be teaching.
And in terms of programming, what are you looking for in terms of specifics? What techniques are you working on? Are you going to teach the Ben John style, or is it the Johnny Pickleball style?
Oh, this is going to be a great culmination of all the different styles and all the great little things. I call the curriculum like a Frankenstein of pickleball through the years, because it's all these great things that all the players that have been teaching pickleball for a very long time, we've been able to grab these little snippets throughout, you know, this long time that I've been doing this, and kind of put it together into one progressive flow curriculum that really kind of everything builds on the next.
And looking out here at the Masters, there's so many junior players playing right now. Are we going to have junior clinics as well, or are they hopping in those camps?
Absolutely. We have a whole PPA junior tour now, let alone, you know, just the clinics as well. So they're doing all of that with the, I think they already started here. They had the PPA tour junior clinic. I said yesterday while we were on Grandstand that, you know, how amazing it was to have the pros playing right next to the juniors playing. I mean, we're getting there. This is great.
I've been to clinics myself. I've taught a ton of them. A lot of the complaints usually are, I didn't find my right level. I need to be in the right court. What levels are you offering, and how are they separated?
Yeah, absolutely. We have 2 separate camps going on at the same time at these tournaments, utilizing all these courts at the tournament venue, which is a completely different, you know, atmosphere, a vibe to be here. This is incredible, right? So we have 2-5-3-0 and we have a 3-5-4-0. So kind of hitting that big 90-some percentile of all players to be able, we can put you in somewhere, right?
And pickleball continues to be the fastest growing sport here. Why is it so crucial that you guys have said, hey, we've got to add these in. We have to make sure we're developing the game properly.
Yeah, I think it's incredibly important to let the players, you know, have an opportunity to spend time with the pros that are traveling the country, and vice versa. All these people need to enhance, you know, have an opportunity to enhance their, not only just their own pickleball journey, but to have an opportunity to enhance their tournament experience.
And what about this pro challenge? I keep hearing something about that. Can you give us some clues there?
Yeah, absolutely. So we already did it here. I actually participated. It turned into like some old school Johnny Pickleball show almost. You know, it was pretty cool. We had different pros, not just myself, but it could be I don't know, a few others. Depends. This one sold out. And so what it is, Jake Weinbach and a couple other PPA staff members have put on this where the members or players or spectators or recreational players will challenge the pros and all these skills and games and all these great things for about an hour and a half, couple hours. And yeah, you get different pros taking on different players and all over the facility. It's fantastic.
And for the people watching, where do they sign up? How soon should they sign up? And looking at the schedule ahead, which ones are you most looking forward to?
Oh, I'm looking forward to all of them. We're going to be at every single stop, and honestly, don't wait. So what we're doing is we're also not creating this massive, you know, one of the most important things that I've decided, we wanted to make sure that we're not having 100 and some odd people at these camps. You know, we want to make sure that your time is valued and that you're getting all the bang for your buck and all the attention that you need for your specific level and game. And so we kept the numbers down, which means don't wait. Get in, because they're going to fill up. They're going to fill up very quickly. And so you can register at pbbrackets.com under, you know, where you find when you're going to register for a tournament. And don't worry if you can't find it there. Look at the next one at the Desert Ridge for PPA Tour, and that one is you can find them all on Tixer, just like you're buying tickets. And so you're going to find those there as well, which is great. So making it super accessible for you to register. But again, don't wait.
Well, thank you so much, Johnny Pickleball himself, giving us the rundown. These incredible clinics that are going to be camps that are going to be happening before these tournaments. So thank you again so much for your time. This is a huge thing just for our sport in general. So make sure you guys sign up and do not wait. We're going to get back inside here to Game 2 with the mixed doubles.
Got to swing the paddle a little bit. Great start to Game 2. Appreciate everything Johnny Pickleball's doing too. Everybody loves playing and they want to get better. There's a good way to do it. So back here into Game 2, and after the way Game 1 ended, getting off to a good start is important for Bright and Ignatowich, and you saw they didn't unwind the stack there, Adam.
Yeah, so we had a couple pretty quality points
Yes.
during Johnny Pickleball talking, and the bright lob and the unwinding of the stack is continuing to be an interesting factor in this match. And how about Johnny Pickleball, the progressive flow
1, 2,
curriculum.
1.
Oh my!
I know.
Oh my!
How about that?
I've never heard about that
Yes.
before. I'm going to have to check it out.
You and I better get one of those spots quickly.
Point.
I mean, that might be the first ball Megan Dizon has missed in this match.
She's playing incredible. I mean,
2,
really,
2, 1.
all of it too. It's not just offense or defense. It is both.
Second serve.
And you know what? She ain't scared. She's firing right at Big Papa.
Exactly right. Caught him once or twice on the backside and several times on the right side of his body through the middle. Very impressive.
Point.
And Anna Bright's like, yeah, you need to mention that I ain't scared either.
Yes, and she just unleashes on a two-hander, gets a pop-up,
3, 2,
and
2.
finishes in a patented Anna Bright scream afterwards.
Point.
That was interesting. And I understand why Megan stayed more line there. That's like she believes anything to do with her left shoulder is not hers.
And I think she's right.
4,
So
2,
I'm
2.
not sure if Tyson just didn't see it cleanly or was just off with his court positioning.
Point.
Nice little roll, teardrop, patented Anna
Timeout
Bright
receivers.
with the
5-2-2.
aforementioned. And Tyson's got to love it too because he's got a partner who is bringing offense. And that is very helpful to him because, as we mentioned, May doesn't have as much power or wingspan, has plenty
Time
of put-away
in. 5,
opportunities.
2, 2.
But looking good, but can they rally or are we going to play 3? With an unbelievable backhand flick after some great digs from Dizon.
Yeah, a couple more from Dizon, and even Ignatowich even fooled me on that one. I thought he was going to jerk that cross quarter to the middle. He pushes it line. Great decision from him.
And he can still get so much on that as a late.
Side out.
Anna Bright's having a long chat with Anna Bright about the second one. The first one, be aggressive,
2, 6,
fine.
1. Second serve.
Yeah, if that drive's not low, Tyson. You mentioned the number of tattoos. We can't
2,
see
6,
them.
2.
But there's a new one. There's a new one.
Side out.
Coming right across your body. That is a tough shot to deal with.
Yes, the way she was loaded up with that forehand, the exact shot that Anna Bright
6, 2,
hit. I know
1.
Tyson tried to call her off, but so tough for Megan to get out of that situation.
Second
You
serve.
go tuck that shoulder in, Tyson.
Yeah.
Nice job.
He's like, I know I called you to get out of the way. This is just, if you need a see and say, this is how it's done. Coming from a different place, I realize, but that's
6,
a great,
2, 2.
great little matrix there for McGuffin.
Side
Hey,
out.
there she goes. She absolutely listened to that time, and really it was the situation. That's a much easier
Yes.
leave than
Yes.
the previous
6, 1.
one, even with the pace of James Ignatowich.
New partnership, so how do we deal with that ball?
Yeah.
Never done it before.
Second
Right,
serve.
and Tyson was frozen on the initial one from Anna Bright. That time he had a great read, so we got to get a little chatty, and they're talking about it back at the
6, 2.
baseline before Tyson serves.
Calls the ball out before it landed.
Yeah, and a nice short stroke from Anna Bright. It has to be
6-2-1.
shorter when Tyson is moving into the court like that.
Second serve.
It's just high quality.
Yeah, it's not easy to end a point around here,
No,
Dave.
it is not.
We've been at 6-2 for a while.
6-2-2. Point.
Again, the middle with Megan Dizon shading to her right, and Tyson, who loves the forehand return.
7-2-2.
That middle is open, and James has found it a couple times.
Yeah, long way to go.
Point.
There's the seat from Ignatowich, and they are rolling. And again, when James has the ball in his hand, I mean, that is their chance to put
8-2-2.
chunks together. And that one he swung freely on, so I'm sure Anna Bright's like,
Timeout
okay,
receivers.
good. We've maybe solved that little.
Yeah, it's I mean, I don't know what the average is. It might be 2 or 3 points that they're gaining on average each time James served, and that is much higher than the average, I promise you that.
Oh, we got the footfall called. Mary Namey and Mark Thomas, and Mark doesn't cheat you on the call.
Game point.
He actually was kind enough to ref our
10-2-2.
broadcaster championships yesterday, and we loved having him do that. And
even
game point, it's betrayed.
Yeah, and he even had a couple no Don
2-10-1.
Stanleys in there as
Yes,
well. So he's doing his thing.
Yes, sir.
Dave, James does that to other people. Megan says, I got quite the two-hander. And I talked about that leverage. She is a tall player, and she whips through the ball incredibly well.
Smoked.
Second
Full
serve.
shake and bake mode here. Whether it's partner inclusion or not, doesn't matter.
Yeah, you can shake and bake with your partner. You can go
3-10-2.
solo,
Yeah,
too.
sure. If you need brownies, go get them yourself.
Point.
Oh, Tyson knows.
Yeah, but we saw the same thing happen earlier with James squeezing the middle. Tyson says, I can play an aggressive court positioning as well.
So they got 2. Can they add to it? Wow.
Side out.
Another pinpoint dime of a lob from Dizon.
Like, I just keep expecting them to carry long throughout this tournament,
Game
and they
point.
are dropping in at such a high clip. 2023 really is the year of the lob, Dave.
And 2024 is as well, Adam.
Oh, thank you. I get till the end of January to mix that up, okay?
Deal.
Game point.
All right, here we go.
10-4-2.
Game point again for Ignatowich and Bright. Beautiful from Anna Bright, and a little yell and a stare. The tennis background, a lot of these kids won't even know what you're talking about. All I play is pickleball, so it is going to be fun to see what that is. Obviously, tennis is a great foundation as well. There you see Megan Dizon trying to get loose. Big opportunity here. One game to 11 to get a shot to play on Sunday. Here we go with Anna Bright to serve. We will switch ends at 6.
Side
And
out.
that's the difference between topspin and not topspin. And I know that was a
0,
tough
0,
situation
1.
off the tape, but she wasn't able to stroke that ball, and it goes 1 foot long.
So
Second
nice.
serve.
And that's how precise. And folks, we're going to bring this tour
0,
all over the
0,
country.
2.
Come see these
I'll
players
recall
on
the
center
score, sir.
court to see the margins
0,
that these
0,
dinks
2.
are going over the net. It's startling how little room there is.
Side out. Zero, 0, 1. Point.
And you can see she's only a couple feet off the kitchen line, but her
1, 0,
contact point
1.
is probably 6 inches
Yes.
off of the ground. Great drive.
Second serve.
That happens to everybody with the two-handed backhand roll, doesn't it?
Yeah, I can't disagree with him. James exclaiming so bad. And that's part of the deal, though. You get a lot of benefit from that that incredible two-handed backhand shot, but you will leave one high occasionally. That's what we saw
1,
there.
0, 2.
And it's usually your partner that pays the price.
Yes.
Point.
Well, that's nice. So that's 2 just off the third drives. That was a two-handed backhand. About 70%, though.
And it's
2,
important
0, 2.
to take that pace off when your opponents are off the kitchen line, because it will be on their shoe tops.
Point.
What a response from Anna Bright after her. Oh, perfect lob again.
Yes, and I've loved the initial attack from Tyson McGuffin, but he went to the
3,
same
0,
spot
2.
again, and Anna Bright was ready.
We also saw kind of an average put away from James Ignatowich, so we'll keep an eye on that as this continues.
Yeah, and to touch on what you said, Dave, he's not hitting through the court any longer. He wants to be safe, so he's hitting it shorter. Ball does not compress, can't bounce it anywhere. Less of an issue for your opponents when you're hitting
0,
those overhead
3,
short
1.
into the court.
Second
That
serve.
one worked out because Dizon was more into the court, but
Yes.
still a similar stroke from
0, 3,
Ignatowich.
2.
Yeah, a little flat-footed right at her there. That was after trying to reconcile. She hit an out ball, too. Wow. Out or winner after an unbelievable get
Side
by
out.
Ignatowich there.
Yeah, one of the best combinations in pickleball is that two-hander up the line and then the cross-court angle right after from Ignatowich.
3, 0, 1.
Man, everybody is cooking here, especially these two. Wow. That looked
did
like
not.
it caught from where I sit.
Yes, I agree with you, and he had a very small sliver of court to work with, and he found it.
Referee timeout. We have a challenge of the, after review, the end ruling stands. A challenge is lost, a timeout is lost. 1 timeout remaining, 2 timeouts remaining. We'll resume play at 4:01.
So the call stands as in. We'll just leave it at that. And again, just 2 points away from
4:01.
switching with a massive lead.
Second serve.
She got what she wanted.
She certainly did, and that was the right spot as well. She's gone back behind him a couple times, but you could see from McGuffin's reaction, he was a little confused
4:02.
by the deception of Anna Bright, just couldn't keep it inside the baseline.
Side out.
Okay, so sometimes that video replay just serves as a nice timeout, so no
0,
harm
4,
done
1.
after the call was confirmed in. So they got to go now. Boy,
Point.
just get it. So there's free. Here, have one.
I like gifts.
1,
I like
4,
presents.
1.
We all do. I mean, even in January, I know we were very nice around the tree in December. What a finish to a tremendous pickleball rally. It's Megan Dizon.
And she has James on the string as he took a hard jab step to his left, and the ball was not there.
No, it was not. I mean, that was a
2,
ground
4,
ball
1.
up the middle, and no one was near it. Beautiful, beautiful shot from Dizon. Wow, look at that step.
Yeah, that's
Second
really
serve.
tough, as Tyson was in an awesome position, and James did not hit it as clean as he wanted
Referee
to, but it
timeout.
drops inside the baseline.
Former superstar in this sport,
Time
Adam
in.
Stone. And
2-4-2.
here we go. We have Tyson McGuffin serving to James Ignatowich again in game number 3. That'll sail along from the paddle of Megan Dizon from Utah. First big-time tournament for
4, 2,
McGuffin
1.
and Dizon. So trying to find that chemistry throughout this event.
Second
for
serve.
some of you viewers at home, I think this is a great example of the soft shots in pickleball. These players
4,
aren't just
2,
hitting
2.
them not to miss, they're hitting them to set up the offense that they're really looking for. Such a huge part of the game.
Point.
When Megan Dizon tried to catch James with his hand in the cookie jar in the middle, but pushes it deep. So the way this
5,
works
2,
is
2.
one of the teams gets to 6. We switch ends in game number 3. They're on the precipice of that. Oh, and
Timeout.
mention the new
change
partnership
hands.
shots. We do have replay. You get 2 timeouts per game.
Time in.
If you have one in your
6,
pocket,
2,
you
2.
can ask for a replay. All right, James Ignatowich, the Vanderbilt Commodore tennis player, serves it in there.
Point.
Letting balls go is a big skill in this game, isn't it?
Probably the most underrated one, especially with some of the power these players are getting these days. Often they're going to sail along so hard to get out of the way,
7-2-2.
but if you have a sharp eye, it is a great advantage in this sport.
What a get from McGuffin. And Megan Dizon pays off a ridiculous show of defense from McGuffin.
I think there's only a handful of ladies that are going to be able to handcuff James Ignatowich after his
2,
initial
7,
speed up,
1.
and apparently Megan Dizon is one of them,
Man,
Dave.
so good. display of offense from Dizon and McGuffin.
I am just loving what both of these ladies are doing and the frequencies of the lobs. They're going to it just enough, but not too much, so they're not allowing their opponents to anticipate. It's been such a big
hole here, so Dizon ready to serve. Ignatowich left the ball up in the air, and that was trouble.
Yeah, nice punch from Tyson, and then a full extension forehand on the next ball.
4-7-1.
Ignatowich sails it long.
Unbelievable get there, because he was beat on the lob and still was able to get a paddle on it.
I mean, he was stumbling before contact to stay balanced and be able to put a good strike on the ball. So good from Tyson McGuffin.
And then, of course, the customary McGuffin bark at the crowd. The lead is but 2. That dude's way too tall for that particular lob.
Yeah, lob with the wrong person for sure there for Megan Dizon, and I think she's talking to herself to let her know.
Yeah.
But man, the level high, Dave.
So good.
So high.
Yeah, find a guy our height, 5'8", get it right over top of us, no big deal. 6'3" with the ability to jump, not the choice. And that is a great trigger pull by Ignatowich right there, but under control.
That's right. And he just holds it to the last second and flips it through the middle. Great deception, and you said it, probably 80%.
They have scored a bunch of points on the Ignatowich serve. Let's see if they can do that here.
Second serve.
McGuffin is having an ongoing conversation with the crowd right now.
Oh, he gets as energized as any player out here by the fans and his team. He needs that support, and it really propels him forward.
And a bright with a sensational ATP around the post.
It got outside of the ball as well. It has topspin, it has side spin. Just the perfect stroke from Anna Bright.
8-5-2.
And all Tyson could do is look down at his tootsies and say, yeah. And you warned them, don't go to the lob too many times, especially when you're not on balance. That's just asking for trouble.
Yeah, frequency is so important. Even if it's working, you got to be careful to not go over that threshold. These players are so smart, and they anticipate so well.
So they got one. What court coverage from Ignatowich there. Winner of this one will get the top seed tomorrow in the championship Sunday final. Look at Ignatowich come flying over there and stay out of the kitchen.
5-8-2. Side out.
Quick hold.
Yeah, just sustained pressure from James Ignatowich. Really nice half volley from the midcourt from Dizon on the first one. Second one from James, too much.
8-5-1.
Oh, and it happens to all of us. You're ready to clobber a ball, and it's not that far from. So here we go. 2 points from having their name be in that other green box. Oh, and Tyson McGuffin overextended on the Ernie attempt when you jump the corner of the kitchen, and we are at match point.
10-5-1.
Will do it. Ignatowich and Bright fight back after dropping game number 1 with an impressive 11-4, 11-5 scoreline in games 2 and 3. All 4 players played at an extremely high level, but the cream rose to the top. Ignatowich and Bright were terrific.
Dave, that is match 1 of our afternoon session.
I love it.
Unbelievable.
So, we will talk to the winners at the desk. Deserving winners indeed.